Turn it on! Let's go! Welcome in to the Winners We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the code DNVR when you sign up and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Welcome to the Winners Lounge, fellas. The Nuggets take down the Memphis Girzzlies tonight.
Oh, did they?
By a score of 105-91. They played their best defensive game of the season.
Of course.
Against the number 9 offense in the NBA. This was no Charlotte Hornets they played tonight. Nikola Jokic dominates, only scoring 13 points. Christian Braun plays great. Aaron Gordon balls out. The bench held it together. What an incredible win for Denver tonight. We're going to break it all down for you over the next hour, maybe longer. Who knows how long we'll go for tonight. We could go until the morning. I'd be fine with that. I'm Harrison Wynn. Let me introduce who I got up here with me tonight. To my left, Brendan Vogt.
Looks like Munder's back on the menu, boys.
And the Munder, man.
Are you kidding? What a time. What a treat. What a treat.
What a treat, man. We haven't had a Munder in so long.
It was a month ago.
I need to go
Last
see
one
how
was a
long
month
it's
ago. It was
been
Dallas.
since we had an actual Munder.
But to do it this game.
To do it this game against John Morant?
Classic
I was
Nuggets.
talking with somebody at Shooter on this morning, and they were like, how many points do you think John Morant's going for tonight? And I was just like, whatever you said, I think it's going to be higher.
Was that Michael Malone you were talking about?
That's probably what he was thinking. We'll talk about their defense tonight.
We'll talk about
Also joined here to my right, Eric Weedham. You know him as D-Line, just oozing with vibes right now.
Weren't we just here? What's happening? We've been live on the internet all night. Let's go. We just came off a very successful watch along.
Yes.
Where you saw all of our real personalities, and I know that it was disappointing for most.
We're going to pull the curtain back too far one of these days.
Also joined by a man who I'm sure won some money tonight on DraftKings Sportsbook, Superstar Dev.
Man, what a fun game.
Dude,
that
a
truly was
funder.
a fun game. All we did was just smile and high five.
Oh,
that's
the
all
smiles.
it was all day. Like, Nuggets fans, get comfortable. We
Yeah.
belong here in the Winners Lounge.
Yeah. Well, let's get into a quick little recap. I got to admit, I don't have a lot of notes because we were doing the watch along the entire
Yeah, where the
game.
hell's my Coke, by the way?
Oh, yeah, we need 4 Pepsis up here.
The one that
if
we need
anybody can make that happen.
3 Cokes, all for me.
I'll get you some.
D-Line bet us all, or he really just bet Vote, I think.
No,
that-
I bet all
Didn't
of
even
you.
ask
I
me.
put it all
Just
out
signed me
there.
up
I
for
said, will there be garbage time? I famously lost this vote or this bet last game to Dev.
Yeah.
And now time for payback. What happens? Where's it at? Where's my goddamn Coke?
We do
I'm
need
parched.
some Cokes. We do need some Cokes. But I'll give it a go at this quick recap here. We got some lineup news right before the game started. Jamal Murray was going to be out. That was a little bit of a surprise. Michael Porter Jr. is obviously out as well. So the Nuggets started Bruce Brown still, who's been starting, but they moved him to point guard. Christian Braun got the first start of his career tonight. And I know all the Nuggets were locked in defensively to start this game. Christian Braun was unbelievable defensively in the half court, in transition. He was so good on that end. I feel like the Nuggets, they set such an incredible tone defensively. Nikola Jokic was locked in defensively right from the jump tonight. Denver held the Memphis Girzzlies to 14 points in the first quarter tonight. The Memphis Girzzlies, who have John Morant, who have Dylan Brooks, who have Jaren Jackson. This is the 9th best offense in the NBA.
And Wind, I'll just add real quick. They wanted this one. They needed this one. They went for this one.
Yep. Memphis was coming off a loss. They were pissed. They wanted this one, and the Nuggets held them to 14 points in the first quarter. It was so far and away the Nuggets' best defensive quarter of the season, and they've had some good defensive fourth quarters. But it set the tone for tonight. Even though that defense did let up in the second and third quarter, that first quarter defense set the tone for tonight, absolutely. Denver, they got 35 points in the first quarter. The scoring dipped off a little after that, and Memphis, they had a 26-point quarter in the second. They chipped away a little bit at Denver's lead. And then the third quarter, it was actually an offensive quarter. 31-29, Memphis outscored Denver that quarter. This thing got close. The Nuggets were up double digits, 15, 20 points the entire first half pretty much. Memphis whittled this thing all the way down to 10. I think 10 was the closest they got it to.
9.
Did they get it to 9?
I think 9.
10 or 9. They got this thing to in the second half, but Denver just hit some big shots. They survived the bench minutes. Aaron Gordon had a big 3 in the corner the fourth when Denver just really needed a basket. And again, just like they did in the first quarter, the Nuggets locked down defensively in the fourth. They held Memphis to 20 points in the final 12 minutes. They won this game 105-91. This is the best win of the season.
By a lot.
The Nuggets now are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference.
Obviously, that's why we've been miserable this whole year.
They're the number 1 seed in the West.
Someone's got to get fired.
Yeah, are we still firing Malone or no? Yes? What are we doing with that?
We've got a lot to talk about tonight, but let's go over big takeaways first. I'll start with you, Vogt. What's your big takeaway from tonight?
A little preface before I get hyped.
Uh-oh.
We know as Nuggets fans, good teams don't always play their best. It's a long season. I'm sure folks in Memphis are sitting at home and thinking, man, we picked a bad time to come out flat. But it's more than fair as a Denver fan to sit up here in this chair or at home in yours and say, that was what it looks like when they play defense.
Oh,
Yep.
It wasn't even a great offensive night for this Denver team. I mean, they're always good, but just by the outrageous standard we hold them to. And so there's a little give and take, right? Depending on who starts. You can't do both at this level. This team probably can't. But when they commit themselves, when they try, when they show some effort, this is what it does for them, because even when they do struggle offensively, the baseline with just Jokic on the floor is so high. And if they're willing and able, as they were in the biggest test of the season, to play like it means something to them, this is what it can look like. And this is why, even at 28th in defense, you're going, I'm not selling this team entirely.
Yeah.
So they showed us what we needed to see tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, this was everything we thought they could be tonight. I'll go to you, Dev, there on the end. What was your big takeaway tonight?
What a complete team effort this was in this game. The Nuggets are the number 1 seed out west, had their best game of the season on defense as well. And the wildest part about how good they've played, they're still missing Michael Porter Jr. They're still missing. They played without Jamal Murray in this game.
Well, that's interesting.
They put together a complete game, their first complete game of the season, with Jokic, taking like 9 shots in the game?
Yeah.
Down 2 starters, switching things around and still figured a way to win that game against what was the number 1 seed out west. So
Right.
This is just a really complete team, and we're starting to see it come together. And if they could get it going right now, already being number 1 out west, what a season. What a season this could be.
D-Line, what do you got?
This outcome was a foregone conclusion. The second Nikola Jokic strolled into Ball Arena wearing the most opulent, most decorated, most beautiful suit I've ever seen a man wear. He's a different man. We are officially, after Jokic, we are AJ. We have moved into the second half of the season.
Yes, we
the
have.
The mighty Jokic has awakened. You need to watch out. Every other team, Jokic did tonight exactly what he needed to do. He played a completely different game from the last 2 that he's dominated, but he dominated even more so somehow, all while not being the offensive focus. The passes we saw that man pull out tonight were absurd. They were disgusting. The most demoralizing stretch of basketball I've seen a team dispense in some time started with Nikola Jokic doing that through his legs pass to Bruce Braun, who finishes it.
That's a pass he only tries when he is just deep in his bag.
Dude, and then the next time down, he did another ridiculous pass over his head to a wide open Aaron Gordon for a dunk. Then he gets a steal on the other end. Then he absolutely splashes a 3. Like Jokic, that was the most demoralizing stretch for the Memphis Grizzlies. At that point, it was like, oh, they're just toying with us.
Yeah.
Like they're not even taking us seriously right now, and we're powerless against it.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you? Are you not entertained? Are we still mad? Is Nuggets Nation still mad? Do we still need to trade everyone? Is everything still? Is the sky still falling?
I think a reason everybody had so much angst built up. I mean, there are a lot of reasons. The defense has sucked the entire year.
It has, but
they've been an embarrassment defensively. No team has won an NBA championship in the last 10 years with anything below the 11th ranked defense. Like, that's the minimum Denver has to get to. But like you said, Vogt, this was a glimpse of what they can be. And we've seen it in a couple fourth quarters before.
We've seen it, man.
They had that second quarter against the Hornets the other night when they finished that half on a 17-4 run. But this was a different level because it was the Memphis Grizzlies. It was Ja Morant. It was national TV. It was for number one in the West. And they showed up like they actually had something to play for tonight. And that was a little weird because usually the Nuggets sometimes don't show up in those spots.
What do you mean? They never do. The Nuggets never give us what they want, we want, and they absolutely did tonight.
But know what we didn't hear tonight? Anyone call them frauds? Complete game, from start to finish, they were in control the entire time.
Call them frauds.
Put it together. The defense, the defense was there from the opening tip,
right?
And that really set the tone. That the starters came out and played so hard that. The bench unit, they switched things up. We got to see them alter things. We got to see Ja Morant get different looks throughout the game. They were in the zone for most of that game. So we really got to see what it looks like when they're clicking, when they're giving full effort, when guys are playing hard.
Yep.
Dude, and this game was never close. The closest they got, the Memphis Grizzlies were able to get to the Nuggets after the first part of the game was 9 points. Mm-hmm. It felt stressful just because we're wounded.
We're wounded. It also felt stressful because that was at a point at the beginning of the fourth quarter when Memphis had all their starters out there pretty much against the Nuggets, all bench lineup with KCP and Bruce Brown. That's also why it felt stressful. But yeah, I mean, this is the team we all think they can be this season. And I don't think it was any coincidence that Christian Braun started tonight. I think he's definitely one of Denver's best couple individual defenders. He played 29 minutes tonight.
Great.
He was a +9. He made 2 threes, but it was his defense that was the biggest takeaway. He had a block. He had a steal. He had just some incredible defensive possessions on Ja Morant. And putting him in the starting lineup, I think if you're the rest of the starters and you watch him play defense to open a game, you're like, all right, we're trying on defense tonight.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm into it.
Exactly.
Nikola Jokic was also locked in defensively from the opening tip. Bruce Brown, KCP. That was such a good defensive group that Denver had around Nikola Jokic in that starting lineup. Just think about that. Christian Brown, KCP, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon. Those are your 4 guys around Nikola Jokic.
But not just that, it was we've seen Bruce Brown playing small forward for a month, and it's been rough. Just by things that are somewhat out of his control with his size. But Bruce at the 1 and Chris Brown an appropriately sized or much closer to wing, small forward.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the best defenders, it was the best defenders in the right positions.
Yeah. And we've always had this little theory that we've tossed around, what does Nikola Jokic look like? Or what do the Nuggets look like when it's just Jokic and 4 really good defenders around him? That's what the starting lineup was tonight. And that group absolutely dominated. Aaron Gordon +22, Bruce Brown +22, Jokic +13, Caldwell Pope +17, Christian Brown +9.
I do want to say, I feel like we've seen all these different lineups go in all these different directions. It's easy to sit here after that game and say, that's all you need. You just need those guys and defend hard and you're fine. We've also seen games where they're lacking Jamal and Porter and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I can't do another game of this.
Yeah.
So it's about finding the balance and the right rotation when everyone's back. But this is what it looks like when everyone's willing to just play their asses off.
Right. I mean, how repeatable is a defensive performance like this? Are we going to see this more, or was this a flash in the pan type thing that we're not going to see for a couple more games.
I mean, this was tough. Like, I don't know how you duplicate that. Like, I mean, the effort was there. The personnel was there. Like, really, they put Bruce Brown at point guard. And then they have Christian Braun come into the game. And just to, like, stick on Christian Braun for a bit, this was a rookie making his first start on TNT against the number one team
against
out west.
John Morant.
and the moment was not too big. This was Christian Braun's best game in the NBA. Like, the confidence was completely there. He did things that we just have not seen. He's dunking the ball like through traffic. He's knocking down the 3-point shots. He's slashing when he needs to. Yeah. He had a block on John Morant on an island play. Like, you don't see that from a rookie. And this is a guy that has been in and out of the rotation. This is a guy that everyone is just like wanting to play a lot more. And I mean, it hasn't gone his way, but he just steps up and he's always ready for the moment. And he goes out and has a huge performance. There's no way you could put him back on the bench after a performance like that on national television. Like, I just think that it's tough. You get to see what it looks like for defense. You get to see that when he plays, 20 minutes?
Played 29 minutes tonight.
If he plays 20 minutes, what is their record?
I think they're 9-0 now.
9 or 10.
I'm just saying, when this guy is playing and playing the way that he is, right, they don't lose. So you can't put him back on the bench. This was like a coming out party for Christian Braun.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because Michael Porter Jr., I think, might come back next game.
Well, I mean, okay. Well,
that's a great
probably
thing.
Bruce Brown that goes
That's
to the
a
bench.
great thing.
We'll answer that question when it comes. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I'm still like, my head is still buzzing, man. That game was so wild. There were so many incredible moments. So many I mean, it was just like exactly what you wanted to see. Like and there have been moments early in the season and a moment right now. It's like I've seen all I need to out of the Denver Nuggets. Like I know they have what it takes to go all the way. It's like now we just have to play the season out. This is like actually the agony of knowing what you have and like actually just having to go through the season. Like, this is the first time I've ever felt like this with the Denver Nuggets, where I'm like, just get to the goddamn postseason already.
There's still, I think, the in between is still important, right? You want to sharpen.
I mean, of course it is, but I'm just saying, like, they have it. They have it.
That's kind of like my big takeaway tonight was, even if it's just this game, which it's not because they're in first, they've shown you what you need to see to at least grasp for something. For sure, man.
Like, tonight was like an ultimate, or like we joked at a certain point on the watch along. Check out the next watch along if you missed this.
But I think some of the stuff you want to figure out is, how do you get that effort, or how do you get to some of the lineups we saw tonight when everyone is healthy? Because I don't think you want to change that starting lineup.
No, I mean, that startup was like full of Johnny tryhards. Like, it was just it was like everybody that like hustles was in the starting lineup, and it paid ultimate dividends. Like, the Memphis Grizzlies were befuddled. They were beside themselves. Christian Braun legitimately locked up Ja Morant for not the whole game, but like for a very large stretch. And to start the game, like, the Nuggets got out, they delivered a haymaker early, and the Grizzlies never fully recovered from it.
For Christian Braun, I want to go back to him. His first start, he gets the assignment of Ja Morant, plays 29 minutes. I felt like he could have played a little more. Only commits 3 fouls, like, plays a nice game offensively, hit a couple threes. Just for him to do that on this stage in this type of game is crazy. I feel like he doesn't really get rattled. I feel like he just makes winning plays. He's a winner. I mean, we throw out that stupid term all the time, but he actually makes the little plays that I think lead to somebody being known as a winner. Like, that's absolutely him.
No question.
And just his awareness on defense, and I've been saying it all year, for a rookie is crazy. The guy never makes mistakes defensively.
It's true.
He never makes mistakes. He's always in the right spot. He communicates. He hands off switches. He makes the right rotations. He's always in the right spot as the low man and helps out on pick and roll coverage. I'm just blown away, and I've been blown away since the second game of the year against the Warriors, when I was like, wait, this guy can play. Wait, this guy can defend Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. This guy is like an unbelievable defender. And it's just been the case all season. Nuggets have something really special in Christian Braun. really, really special.
And
he's going to be a force for
Wynn's gonna
a
pass
long
out.
time.
I know Wynn's going to pass it. But the difference tonight against other Christian Brown games is that the defense is always there. But tonight he was hitting his shots.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, it's true.
He was hitting
Great point
three-pointers.
there.
Like he actually was very devastating to the Memphis Grizzlies. Like Christian Brown, we put a poll out to figure out who the DraftKings King of the Game is. Spoiler alert, he did not win. Or maybe this is a bad lead up. Anyway,
Should we bring it
but
up?
it was
Should we bring
very
it up now?
close. Christian Brown made a very big impact on this game in every facet. It
Yep.
was incredible to see.
Kale, do we have it? Since we just mentioned it, we might as well bring it up.
Yeah,
There
let's
is a
bring up the
DraftKings
DraftKings
King of the
King of the
Game.
Game. It went to Aaron Gordon tonight. 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He hit that massive three when Denver really needed it from the right corner in the fourth quarter. He was a plus 22. He did all of that in only 28 minutes tonight. 2 steals
Wild.
as well, a block. Aaron Gordon, I feel like he's playing at an all-star level.
Hashtag All-Star AG.
I don't. That's the hashtag.
I'm putting it out there.
Okay.
All-Star AG.
All-star AG.
Hashtag All-Star AG. Let's all start using that all
We
the
got to
time.
find out what the actual
There's an
one
actual
is.
hashtag that you have to
Oh.
use, I think,
Yeah,
for
so that he could get some
the
vote.
vote to count.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Let's use the one that's been made by the NBA.
The stupid corporate one.
Yeah, but truly, he's
Yeah,
playing
Kia
at
NBA.
He's playing at an all-star level.
Yeah.
Like he's really been a beast. Like he cuts at the right spot. He knows all the plays. Like really, you can see him just set it up from so many different spots. But he's full on effort every single time, and I think that's what's been keeping Denver afloat. When the effort is down with other guys, not with AG every single time. And in this game, it was a little weird, but like. There's times that he's not even playing for a long time. So I don't know if he's like nursing an injury or like
Right.
coming through it and just playing through it. But he's playing hard the entire time. Lots of dunks.
Totally, man.
Crashing the boards. He's making everything tough. Like you got to get around him. And just as hard-nosed as they come. So like Denver needs a guy like that. And I feel like he's been Yoke's best two-man guy throughout his whole tenure. Like
Yeah.
he's just been playing so well, and they just seem to be on the same page. So another monster game for him. He has to be the DraftKings King of the Game with the monster stat line he put up. 24 points to lead Denver, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. That's complete.
Yeah, that's major. He's been Denver's second best player all season. Full stop. I mean, that's easy. His chemistry with Nikola Jokic is leveled up from where it was last year.
He really got smarter.
He really did get smarter. He's taking fewer and fewer bad shots, although he still does that from time to time. It's okay.
Yeah, but it's
okay.
Not,
You get
it's
one
no
or
longer
two
the
for-
rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get 1 or 2. That's fine. But his defense tonight was great. His 3-point shot this year it's skyrocketed from where it was last year. He's at 39% from 3 right now. He's been great, Vogt. I mean, Aaron Gordon has been everything we could have hoped for this year.
Chat was hitting on it earlier, and this is my feeling as well. With AG, I go back to that Golden State playoff series last year without the help. And the first 2 games, he tried to fill the shoes of the help that was missing. Maybe Orlando top lottery pick Aaron Gordon. It was a disaster. But the series didn't finish that way for him. Right?
Yeah.
What Andrew Wiggins was doing for Golden State, by the end of that series, AG looked at that and realized, oh, that's what I could and should be doing for Denver. And in my opinion, he's played more or less that way ever since.
That's a great point. I mean, Andrew Wiggins has been the perfect role player, the perfect 4th guy for the Warriors. I mean, if Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are where we want them to be, Aaron Gordon can be that perfect 4th guy, but he has been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable, guys.
Whoo, wow.
Good trade.
Yeah.
Good trade.
Let's hit a break. We'll talk about Nikola Jokic on the other side. We'll talk about who else stood out from tonight. Somebody took off their warm-ups finally and entered the rotation off the bench. We'll talk about him as well. A lot more to get to on the other side.
So I don't know if you may have noticed, we're expanding operations a bit here at DNVR. We used to be on before the games, then after the games.
Okay.
We still are, but
Dude, let's do are we going to do a sleep along?
that's right. We're also live during the games.
We're just going to be on these couches 24 hours a day.
Thanks to our
pretty
new
soon.
GoPro, you can watch D-Line sleep tonight. Take a shower with Dev. It's all on the table.
Oh, wow. Suds it up with the fellas.
No matter where you're watching the fellas,
That's and duds.
you know what pairs nicely with the fellas is the Nuggets, and you know what goes nicely with the Nuggets and the fellas is Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. And they're still Colorado, baby. They still operate here. They still make great beer here. That compound is there for you to visit right here in Colorado. You know we love us some Colorado here at DNVR. So check out Breck Brew. Check out the Vanilla Porter Jr. Crack it open for a pregame, for a sleep along, for a shower.
Don't
along.
crack it too hard. It's watch its back.
You might spill it all over the set live on the internet. Be careful. But the Vanilla Porter Jr. is great. It's not really called the Vanilla Porter Jr. We just started doing it.
Just call it Vanilla Porter.
They should put it on the label, I think, because of Michael Porter Jr. It's it's porter, and it's porter season, folks. I don't know if you've noticed. It's winter. Get that delicious, good Breck Brew in ya. If you don't know where to find it, how about this convenient tool, the Breck Beer Locator? You tell it where you live, what you're looking for, and it tells you where to go next. I'm a simple man. I need simple instructions. One of the many reasons why I love Breckenridge Brewery. Here's another thing that I love. It's DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook.
Oh, we made some cash tonight.
Yeah,
Did you not,
I love
fellas?
when Dev tells me
We're
what to
robbing
bet.
DraftKings by the day.
They should probably shut down. Just kidding. Stay open. Keep paying us. DraftKings Sportsbook is America's top-rated sportsbook. You don't have to be an NBA player to get some skin in the game here, to feel your heart pumping and the adrenaline pumping as the NBA action goes down, because DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, wants you to know that new customers can bet just $5 pregame. And if it's a money line bet and your team wins, you're going to get $150 in free bets. Eric, that's more than 5.
What?
That's more than 5. 5 to 150. Sign me up. Plus, everyone could combine multiple bets for a bigger payout with DraftKings same game parlays. Maryland sports fans, you don't have to just listen to these and then get sad. You can now listen to these and bet with us.
Yeah,
but
dude.
please bet responsibly. Find your units. Have some fun. That's what we're doing with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app right now and get in on the Holiday Hoops action. Sign up with code DNVR. You know the promo by now. DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Ooh, ad reads with the fellas.
Just ad reads with the fellas. Nothing like it. We are back here on the DNVR Nuggets Winners Line.
Oh, sorry. I got it.
Hey, man, bring it on.
Fuck-a-boo.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
had
We are
nothing else,
presented
man.
by DraftKings
Don't know what
Sportsbook, as
happened
you just heard. Use the code DNVR when you sign up and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I'm delirious by
Dude,
now.
we are drunk.
We did
this
the
only
pregame
segment 2?
show. We did a 2.5-hour live watch long where we were just like leaving our bodies with every Aaron Gordon dunk and Christian Brown
there was
defensive
plenty of them.
sequence.
Yo, it was.
And now we're on the Winners Lounge.
we are in rare form.
We really are. We've got Adam Mars at the arena tonight. Can't wait to hear what
about
Michael
him.
Malone and
I hope he comes
Nuggets
on and
players
just
had to
scolds us
say.
immediately.
I didn't think it was a good game.
Weird vibe in the arena tonight.
Show could have been better too, but I'll see you fellas later.
Oh, man. Can't wait to hear from him. I mean, let's talk about the back-to-back MVP now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you his stat line tonight, guys.
Dude, this is spooky.
Because maybe he
Spooky.
did this on purpose. I don't know. It is spooky. That's a good way to describe it. Nikola Jokic tonight, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 13 assists. He was also a plus 13.
the third we had the 7 and now we have the 13.
Yeah, is this the game of the 13?
It's the 13.
Just the 13.
Dude.
He was awesome tonight. He only took 12 shots. He was getting double teamed the entire game. He was also playing point guard the entire game. He was initiating a lot of stuff for Denver. But, I mean, he was focused tonight. He was in his bag. He unleashed some just ridiculous passes tonight. He had this between the legs pass that he connected on.
Ridiculous.
Do we have that?
That patented skip pass that he always does. He connected on that. Just some ridiculous passes in traffic.
Let's see let's get a big. Okay.
Yeah, let's just let this breathe here. That one, I think he was trying to get fouled on.
Okay,
A
that's
nice
easy.
little
That's
dump
standard
off
Jokic
to the
I've seen that
operating.
one. I've seen that one before.
Yep.
Oh,
another
that's
one.
nice
That was
little
nasty.
handoff to
was
Bruce.
nasty.
Bruce Brown had some
Oh, here it
dunks
comes. Here
tonight.
it comes. Here it comes.
Bada bing. That was
I know,
was kind of basic.
Did that one have to make the highlight package?
Is this just the highlight of all his assists?
Yeah.
All 13. Look, all of these dunk
That's good
ons.
stuff, Kill.
He's passing guys. Yeah, this is a good work, Kale.
Here it comes.
He's
here
just
it comes.
passing the
No,
guys
this
to
is-
get to the
somebody
rim.
tweeted this. Look at it.
Oh, God.
There it is. God, that's stupid.
Thanks to Katie.
Katie
Winge.
Thank you,
Winge.
Katie.
I've heard of her.
Friend
Thank
of the
you,
show,
Katie.
friend of our lives.
Finding
These
Christian
are all
Brown
the
in
Queen of
transition.
the Queen of the Nuggets.
Oh,
Oh.
the little flip over the head.
After already
Gorgeous.
getting everybody on their feet.
That was a big three from Bones Highland. I forgot about that one.
Jesus.
That was a monster 3.
Yeah.
He'll keep shooting.
Oh,
He
that's
will
good.
keep
We saw.
shooting.
We already saw the between the legs one.
Yeah, we
saw
were really waiting for that between the legs one. That was a nice one to Jeff.
Yeah.
We'll
that
talk
was a
about
great
Jeff
setup.
Green's game. I thought he played well.
Yep.
The thing about Yoke's game in this one,
There's that big Aaron Gordon 3 we talked
it was
about.
beautiful. It truly was beautiful. Jaren Jackson Jr. is like an elite defender. Like honestly, like really good.
He gave
And
Jokic.
he gave Jokic, like he made it tough for him, kept him out of his spots and stuff. But Jokic shined in a different way. Yeah, he wasn't scoring; they was sending double teams at him. And Jokic just found a way to just still get everyone involved, still be able to affect the game, and be the best player on the floor. And that's while being double teamed with a great defender. Like that's just what it is. We got to see, like we got to giggle on his passes again.
Giggle time.
We haven't
Lots
we
of
haven't been
giggles
seeing-
tonight.
We haven't been seeing those types
Giggling
of
with
passes
the
all year.
fellas.
He's
Yeah.
been doing it in different ways, but this was a game where he had to shine in different ways, and he got it done. Only takes 12 shots in a game. There was like 4 other guys on the team that shot the ball more than him. This is a superstar. This is a guy that is going to even rise higher on the straw poll, and he's not even taking every single shot in the game. Like they just
Counting
use him
down
in
the days
different
until
ways.
that second straw poll.
But he's just so good that he's willing a team to first in the West.
yep.
to
By
first.
not by himself, but like
I
if
mean,
he's
Many
not,
nights-
if he's not on
many-
if he's not
many
on the floor,
nights it
they're
has
not
been.
good.
No, many nights it has absolutely been 100% exclusively Nikola Jokic powering the team to a win. Tonight was not that. Tonight was like, I imagine that Jokic is going to sleep a beautiful. He's
This
gonna
is
have,
exactly
He's going to
how
have
he
the
wanted to play
slumber
tonight.
of kings tonight.
Yep.
Like he's going to lay down, knowing he only had to score 13 points.
Yep.
He got everybody involved. The defense was not just on him. It wasn't just like a breakdown at the perimeter, then somebody just rushing at Jokic and him allowing them to go by because he doesn't want to get in early foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had very competent, very energetic, very suffocating, might I say.
do you know how
defense
many
from the Denver
fouls he
Nuggets.
committed tonight?
0.
1.
Oh my God.
One foul.
1 foul in
Also-
37 minutes against John Morant.
He had back-to-back triple doubles, like monster triple double. 13, 13, 13 is crazy. But also, not other stars in the league is going to be able to just have a rookie come into the lineup against the number 1 team and find a way to win, or carry the team to a win. Also, Bruce Brown comes off the bench. He's now in the lineup. It doesn't matter who's out there with them. He's just going to find a way to make them play better, to elevate their game. And that's what makes him the best player in the world. He could do it in so many different ways. He doesn't have to score 50. He doesn't have to score 40, 27 rebounds, 10 assists in a game. He's just going to be able to do it in so many different ways. And really, I think that this was a game that he and not that he scored a lot, but it was just another reminder game. Like, okay, this guy is special. He can do it however the defense gives it to him, and he's going to just take it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was also, going back to your point, D-Line, he's going to sleep really well because this was exactly the type of game he wants the Nuggets to play, exactly the type of style he wants them to play. This was Jokic ball tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
this was
dude.
Jokic ball to the T.
This was Jokic-est ball. This was the superlative.
Yes, this is the highest level of Jokic ball you can get to was tonight where, nobody scored over 24 points for Denver, but every starter scored in double figures. Every starter took between 11 and 16 shots. It was just the equal opportunity, unselfish, democratic basketball that he wants to play. Like, this is the brand of basketball he's always wanted to play. And tonight, we start off the show talking about it, but the starting lineup with Christian Brown, KCP, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon, just a bunch of role players and a bunch of guys who are just going to let the game come to them and a bunch of guys who are just going to play the right way. And it was just such a beautiful game to watch from that perspective where it was just Denver Nuggets basketball. And Nikola Jokic with 13 assists tonight. I really feel like there's a good chance this season he averages a triple-double. I really feel like that's very much in play. And that would be a byproduct, if that happens, it will be because the Nuggets play the right way, and they've figured out how to play the right way.
The other thing to talk about tonight is Dev outlined this right before the game. You know, look at the bench plus minuses. It's not an awesome night, but that's a keep your head above water night, a tread water night.
It's fine.
all you
Against a
need,
good,
man.
deep Memphis team.
Legitimately all you need.
And I know this is actually tough after a live watch for us, especially on a watch along. Like, we probably all need to rewatch the game. But off the top of your heads, because it wasn't a great Bones night, I'm curious if you guys have any answers as to why did the bench minutes go so well tonight? And it may be, you know, sometimes you just get a little lucky. I probably need to rewatch those minutes, but it's a question I have because it's not like Bones went off, you know?
No, not at all.
For this game specifically, I think it was a good game plan that they had. Give the ball to Jeff Green, give the ball to Zeke Naji, and see if they could get fouls. And in this game, they got a lot of foul calls because they were the aggressors. With Bones, if we're going to get on the Bones is a guy that you're going to have, like, you have to take the good with the bad. Right now, it's a lot of bad that we're seeing. But if his shot's not falling, nothing else is really going for him. And he's going to keep shooting. Like, that's just what they want him to do. That's what his role is on the team. So if his shot's not falling, of course he's going to have a bad game.
Yeah.
He's trying to shoot himself out of it. So, like, the downfall of it is the defense is not there for Bones either. Because, like, he's already one of the worst defenders in the league, but then the shot's not falling. Everything starts to compile on top of him. So just try to hope that he gets out of that slump soon. But these are the type of nights that someone else has to step up. Someone else has to do it. And luckily, they had a great game plan that just helped out. And also the defense was there for other guys. So tough night for Bones. Hopefully it turns around soon.
Yeah, I think there are a couple reasons the bench held it together tonight. One, they got stops, particularly in the first half. I mean, that's the easiest way for the bench to stay afloat. Secondly, they played at a fast pace. Jamal Murray was talking at shoot-around this morning, and I asked him what he's seeing from the bench, what the issue is, both when he's been out there with that group, when he has been out there with that group. The first thing he says is we need to play faster. I feel like the bench played at a great pace tonight because if that group gets into a half court, like, you're either getting a Bones 3 or like a DeAndre Jordan or Zeke Naji finish at the rim. Like, there's not a lot in between when you get into a half-court game with that second unit.
Gets real sticky.
And so they got out on the break. They got in transition. Vlatko Čančar, I thought, gave the Nuggets pretty good minutes tonight. He had 7 rebounds in 20 minutes off the bench tonight.
Good call out.
They got the right combination of guys for the game tonight. Jeff Green, I thought, actually played really well. And a lot of times we kind of roll our eyes at those Jeff Green post-ups with that bench offense. It's a safe play because you know when you give it to Jeff Green in the post and clear out, you're going to get a mid-range jumper. Jeff Green can hit that shot. You know it's not going to be a turnover as well. So I actually don't think that's the worst player in the world for the bench offense. And then the last thing is Zeke Naji played tonight. And Zeke started off tonight great. He had a couple awesome defensive plays. I thought his best play of the night might have been when he tipped out his own rebound on a free throw that he shot.
That resulted in a 3.
That resulted in, I think, a KCP 3.
Yes.
That was an incredible play by Zeke Naji. Do you know how hard it is to tip out your own rebound when you're the shooter?
That's how you
on a
earn
free
minutes.
throw?
That's how you earn minutes.
Exactly. Zeke, I thought he had a couple rough moments in the second half defensively against Brandon Clark, but what he did in the first half, I thought made up for it. Zeke Naji is a good defender. He's a good defender. He's a versatile defender, and he's a good defender. And I thought it was just the right combination of guys that Michael Malone played off the bench tonight against the Grizzlies' small ball look. So I think a lot of things went into the bench looking good tonight. A lot of things.
Yeah, I'm with you there. People shouted out the KCP stagger working as well. And, you know, listen, we've killed him, and rightfully so this month. Michael Malone has been the subject of conversation. I thought he pushed a lot of the right buttons tonight.
Sure.
So, shout out to the bench. They got out and they ran. They got stops, but then also they had different looks on both ends of the floor. Even in the half court with Zeke, get more of a 5-out look at times, more of a switchable look defensively, especially if KCP is with the group.
Yeah.
So it was just a different dynamic than DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, I'll say this over and over and over and over. To just go back at Michael Malone. He never makes the change you want in the real time that you want him to. but he will get there, and it's gonna work. I mean, like, he's just, again, Michael Malone controls the Denver Nuggets like it is a tanker, an oil tanker at sea. You can't turn it too fast; it'll tip over.
Yeah, don't try to drive it through the Suez Canal.
Don't try. No, absolutely. You'll bring worldwide commerce to a halt, a grinding halt. Truthfully, though, I mean, like, we're number one in the West, man. Like, there's been so much complaining and griping and
from us too,
wallowing and misery. Like, to this point, it is just hilarious how it works. This is what it is to be an NBA fan. Like, you just got to get it. You have to have a tougher stomach, man. Like, this obviously is also not the end of the season. There's a lot more to go. It could the bottom could fall out, but we just need to. We just need. I'll acknowledge that, but I'm just saying, like, let's enjoy the ride a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's ride the waves of life just a little bit more, shall we?
I think you're right about that.
I mean, I think you can go back to like Nikola Jokic with that, because this season it's been a roller coaster for sure, but they are at the top of the West. They have had an awful defense all season. The bench has sucked most of the year.
Bad.
We've been searching for like anybody off the bench to give them minutes. Michael Porter Jr. has missed half of the season, maybe more than half. I don't even know where we're at right now. Jamal Murray's been as up and down as we expected him to be.
Even Jokic missed time. COVID.
Jokic got COVID, and they're the number one seed in the West.
It's wild. Again, season's not over, but to this point, no one has done better in the Western Conference than the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And I see Phoenix pointing out, like, relax, it's the West is close,
Yeah,
and
but
this could all
no
change.
one has done better than us.
No, but I think that's a good point, too. I don't think that's lost on us, and that's why we've been so concerned about process and who wants to pull away and go get this West. It's not job's done, they beat Memphis.
No,
give them the
mission
title.
accomplished. Hang the banner.
It's just tonight was the biggest test of can they show it to you?
When
Can they show it to you?
When the light is the brightest, when the game is the most important. The Lakers game was like, we would like to have that, but it's like, that's a weird anomalous road trip in the middle of a homestand. They didn't want to go there, whatever. They fell apart at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But they also didn't care. Like, this is a game, it's like you could tell that they cared. This actually meant something to them. They wanted the number one
That's
seed.
great to see.
And they came out
great to see.
with absolute, they were very resolute. They were very focused. They were very engaged. They were communicating. They were doing all of the hustle plays. They were getting big rebounds. They were chasing balls down. They were doing all of the things that show you that they wanted to win that game. And so, like, they've got it, man. If they want it, they got it.
I love when Kale just bans people from the chat. I just love that.
Did you guys see that? John
was a
almost
lot.
did something.
Let's hit a break. On
John's
the other
cousin?
side, you guys, I just came across a quote from Nikola Jokic postgame tonight that we have to talk
It's so
about.
great.
I can't wait.
It's a great quote.
We're going to get to it on the other side. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. You guys are going to love this next topic
What a
coming
tease,
up
Wendy.
on the other side.
What a tease.
I can't wait.
Now, why would he say that? Okay.
I would.
It's not about Christian Brown, I swear. I
Okay.
swear.
Let's put a little light on Christian Brown for me tonight. Guys, I don't know about you. I'm a fan of burritos.
Oh,
Of course.
all of us are burrito
You ever had a
fans,
burrito?
dude.
Sure, me.
Have you guys ever deconstructed the burrito and just had it as a bowl?
I'm not an animal.
No, like in a bowl with a fork.
Oh, sure.
Like no burrito to begin with.
Gotcha.
How do you feel about queso, Eric?
Dude, in the ranking of queso fans, I'm like number 7.
Like
In
of
the
people?
world?
Yeah, I'm like top
Pretty
10.
good. Well, then
pretty
you,
good.
my friend, need to check out Illegal Pete's because
Let's
they got
go.
all those things in abundance. They're also friends of DNVR again.
Let's
Shout
go.
out Illegal Pete's.
Illegal
And-
Pete's. It's so good it should be illegal.
Ooh. And you know what's funny about gifts? Sometimes you get stuck and you want to be thoughtful, but gift cards, they're better than you think.
Dude.
If you know that your friend likes Illegal Pete's, why are you overthinking this? Get them a gift card. Because also, if you spend $100 on gift cards this year, you're going to get an extra $25 from Illegal Pete's. So check them out.
Yeah. Look, you're probably going to spend $100 at Illegal Pete's in a year
Dude,
if
I just
you
did
go
the math.
there at all.
$100 at Illegal Pete's is 400 burritos.
Get yourself a $50 card. Get your friend a $50 card. Get an extra 25 bonus.
I think you need to check
Sorry.
your math.
Oh,
Illegal Pete's. They're awesome, and they're our friends.
let's
Check them out.
go.
Yes.
Other people that are awesome and our friends include the good folks at Pins and Aces.
Hell yeah.
Pins and aces.
Playing golf is super dope. It's even better when you look fly. That's why Pins and Aces wants you to know they're the family-owned golf and apparel business based right here in Colorado that makes sweet gear to get you tons of compliments on and off the course. Polos, nice. Hats, tight. Golf bags, ripping. But we save the best for last. Innovative beer sleeve that allows you to store not 6,
There
Eric,
it is.
but 7. That's a 6
7.
pack.
There it is.
Plus 1 for fun.
Dude, you know that they were in the lab with goggles on, a lot of machinery.
Finger in the air.
They were just and like they were like,
7.
we've got it up to 6. And they're like, push it. And they're
More.
like, you crazy? 7? They're like, no, just do it. Put it in.
Call it a
7.
6-pack.
Yeah,
Plus
You
1 for
guys
fun.
sound like Spano.
you're right. We spent a lot of
that our
time with Spano.
All right, let's wrap this read up. Check out pinsandaces.com and use code DNVR to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. Nice. That's pinsandaces.com. Finally, let's talk about game time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Game time.
Last couple games in Ball
Dude, how
Arena.
smart would you feel if you got a deeply discounted ticket to see that masterclass put on by the Denver
I was
Nuggets?
just going to say, Eric, imagine. Not since Wilt Jokic, Nuggets finally play defense, and you were in the building not once but twice thanks to Game Time, the hottest new ticketing app that makes
It's
it
hot.
easier than ever.
The block is hot.
To score the best deals on tickets to
People are
sports,
talking.
concerts,
Streets are
and
talking.
shows. You're going to find a lot of different places claiming to have tickets, but you're not going to find a better deal than Game Time's going to get you on Denver Nuggets fans. Created by the fans, for the fans, guarantees the lowest price. If you love DNVR, you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us and them, Kale's got it up on the screen here, the description in the YouTube or the show description on your podcast. Use that link. Join over 15 million people that have downloaded Game Time. Get yourself in Ball Arena soon. ASAP.
Ooh.
All right. We have to delay the topic I'm very excited to talk about.
Damn it.
We've got Adam Mars live from the arena.
Why'd you say so?
There
Oh,
he
look at
is.
this. Dude,
Hey.
the dancing uncle.
Dancing uncle.
What's up, boss?
Guys, happy solstice to everybody. I know you guys are celebrating in the Winners Lounge. Big night for the Nugs. Big night here at Ball Arena. This was a fun one, man. This was fun.
We had a hell of a night too, man. we
That's what I got with me. I got RG in the house.
got RG in the house.
Let's
Wait,
go.
That's gonna look
Are
great
we
on
on
Vogt
camera?
tomorrow.
Will you tussle his hair for me?
Yeah.
I know we all want to. Guys, I'll get into it. I'll get into it because there was some good stuff, and I know you guys want to get back to the show. Michael Malone, obviously very proud of the defense tonight. He cited that this was the lowest point total of the season for the Memphis Grizzlies, which I didn't realize. Maybe you guys did. So it wasn't just a great defensive game. It really was shutting down a team that had been scoring at will. And, of course, immediately, unprompted, he calls out Christian Braun as a standout. He was the recipient of one of 2 Defensive Player of the Game chains
Is
tonight.
that because the one broke into 2 pieces?
No. Malone didn't decide. He said Jeff Green took 2 charges, so he gets one. But Christian Braun, he thought, did a lot of different things. Christian Braun did cite, however, that his was gold and Jeff's was silver. So take for that.
So there's a new defensive player of the game chain.
Actually, what it is it's the old one. Nuggets PR informed
The
me
teeny
that
one?
Oh,
actually last
the
year.
shitty one.
The teeny little one?
He got the bad one.
Do we have to crowdfund a defensive player of the game?
Come on, we gotta get a better second defensive player of the game chain, guys.
I like
This
it.
is the #1 team of the West. Come on.
They got to play better defense
Royalty.
if they want a better chain. I get it.
He thought the team did a great job guarding Ja, and Ja Morant tonight, despite what the box score says. But he thought the team did a good job through a lot of different looks. And he cited in particular, Ja Morant doesn't always stay in the game as long as he does, bridging the third and the fourth quarter. He usually goes to the bench. And Michael Malone said, hey, in that moment, though, different guys stepped up and guarded him. And that was a big, obviously a big period of the game. So he was very happy with everybody's effort tonight defensively, including on Ja Morant and especially on Ja Morant. And he said that this is proof of concept that the Nuggets have a higher gear, that they have, when they show focus, they actually can be a great defensive team. He thought there was also just a lot of energy from guys, and he said Christian Braun in particular, that's one of the things he does is brings energy and elevates the energy of everybody on the team. So he had a lot of good things to say about him. You'll love this one. He was asked about Scott Hastings asked about the nutmeg heard around the world. The Jokic hike pass.
Sure.
And Michael Malone says, I would have made that same pass.
Bullshit.
And then he said it was
As the kids say, cap.
That's
He said him and David Adelman were talking after the game, and they said it reminded them of Chris Webber. Chris Webber used to, I guess, have that one in his bag. By the way, a couple shout-outs of David Adelman tonight. We'll get to the other one here in a little bit. And then the last note from Malone, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in the third quarter, Nuggets start the quarter, I think, up 15. The lead gets down to 7 or 8. Michael Malone did not call a timeout. Mm-hmm. And I asked him about that, and he said, look, and if it was deliberate, he said it was, that he's got to let these guys start to play through and figure things out on their own. I will say, other people in the media felt like he was turning a new leaf personally. I almost felt like he was answering it as if, like, I'm not letting the team have a timeout. So you might have to go back and listen to the audio. I don't know that it was like, I need to be calmer. It was almost more of a, they need to figure it out on their own.
Gotcha.
Make it easier for me not to rage, is what he's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. Yeah.
But it was noteworthy to me that he did not call a timeout there. And
Sure.
I think Jokic hits a 3. Jokic gets a outlet. I mean, it was a big Nuggets run on their own. Let's get to the man of the hour, Christian Braun. He found out 20 minutes before the game started that he was going to be the starter. So he did not know, all day. Found out he was going to be, but he said it didn't really change much. He just had to go back and refresh the plays that they were going to run, knew the matchups, knew what the scouting report was. And he said the team just makes it easy on him. Offensively, he said he never feels like he has to go outside of himself. So it's easy. He just has to focus on defense and kind of just play naturally. And then he did say that he thought he was doing a great job on Ja. And when he checked out, he looked up and he had 30-something points. And he's like, oh. So then he got worried that he wasn't doing a good job.
He did a great job in the first quarter. What Ja have 6 points in the first quarter?
Yeah, Ja didn't score on Christian
That was
Braun.
the most important quarter, the first, and he held him to 6 points.
It set this tone, too.
As a team, they only had 14 points. I mean, that was a crazy quarter, man.
Yeah,
that was
wild.
quarter.
Yeah.
Didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, and then I like this note. He credits Jokic with showing him the most important thing, which is consistency. He said with Jokic, he does everything the exact same way every game, every practice. And he says that he's really taken from that. Like, his approach is always consistent. So when he gets the start, whatever, nothing changes. He does everything the exact same way. And he said the whole team takes their cue from Jokic in that way so that they all stay consistent, which I thought was really cool. Something, kind of a new wrinkle on something we hadn't really heard. And then lastly, he said Jeff Green's dunk might have been the best dunk he's ever seen in person.
Man, Jeff Green had a hell of a game tonight.
The only person who would top it would also be Jeff Green.
Right.
So
I feel like Jeff Green has a lot of dunks that are in the
Unbelievable.
similar category of dunk.
He's daring people to go up with him. Like, he's
just like
dunking
absolutely
over 'em,
ending people's
around
careers.
them. He prays that they jump.
Yeah.
He was good tonight, man. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
wanted the Nuggets to close with Christian Braun, but I thought he was also solid
No,
tonight.
I didn't have a problem with that. I liked it.
The length, by the way, this was a great night for length. The long lineups tonight really crushed for Denver. Aaron Gordon, after the game, he said he thinks it's always funny when a player has different takeaways from everyone else. Aaron Gordon thought that the reason they were good tonight is because the communication is contagious, and everybody had contagious energy and talked a whole lot.
I love that answer.
I do too. And he said of Christian Braun in particular, he was asked, is he a good talker? And he said, well, yeah. And what I like is if he doesn't know where he's supposed to be, he'll ask. He won't just pretend to know or something. He'll ask people. Which I like.
Jokic said that earlier this season. Christian Braun asked the stupid questions.
Maybe a sneaky insight into what it's like to be a young player. Everybody afraid to ask a question.
Yeah.
He was talked about Jokic. I don't know if you guys noticed this. I put this in a tweet, but there was a moment with about 6 minutes left where Jokic huddled everyone up. And you don't see this too often where he calls everyone in. And he's doing the thing where he's telling guys, pointing this or that. And I felt like he had figured them out. The last 6 minutes of that game, Jokic was turning around, throwing blind passes because he just knew where everybody was supposed to be, where the defense was coming. And I asked Aaron Gordon about that, and he said, yeah, that's exactly it. Jokic, it's not just the stats with him. He's setting the table for everything. And down the close of this game, I just thought it was an all-time Jokic masterpiece in terms of he knew exactly what Memphis was going to do, told the guys where to be, told them what the read was, and then it was just going through the motions to close out this game, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was unreal. It was an unreal close from him.
Couple last ones here from Gordon. He did say that if they communicate, they're going to go from 28th on defense to 20 to 15 to 10 to top 5. So he's still holding out hope. And then he said Jeff Green has a new nickname. It's Vino.
Oh, I thought it was the stroking uncle.
It's not the stroke and uncle.
Did you ask him about the stroke and uncle? Maybe,
Did you follow up on
he
that?
would want to change
Just
it.
one follow. Just one more for you.
Yeah, because he has, sounds like he has 2 new nicknames.
Yeah. I'll say Vino. Vino, great nickname.
I didn't see Uncle stroke it at all tonight, though. He was it was really more of a dunk night, not so much a stroke night. From
Oh, boy.
He
When
was
you're
not
right, you're right.
stroking from
He
the
has-
line
he has a
tonight
point.
either.
He has a point.
And then my last one here that I thought was cool. AG ended the presser by giving a shout out to David Adelman, and he said he puts in the work. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he's glad that guy's on our side. If you don't know, David Adelman is obviously the unofficial offensive coordinator of the Denver Nuggets. But
Good job, David.
you don't hear the assistant coaches like that shouted out too often. I just thought it was cool that he got 2 shout outs tonight, one from Michael Malone, but one from Aaron Gordon. I just thought that was really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah, first assistant to get shouted out this year.
That's right. Good game tonight. I thought it was awesome. Nuggets looked really good. We needed this one.
Sure
we needed.
did.
What do you say? Reminder games from Jokic sometimes. This was like a reminder Nuggets game.
That's
You're
right.
like, oh yeah, they are good.
Yeah, this was an epic game. An epic game.
It looks like an epic winners lounge as well, fellas.
It has been, man. Thank you.
Get on
Talk
safe,
to you later,
Doug.
man. See you tomorrow.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
He fucking loves solstice.
Vino,
really loves-
I love that
Yeah,
nickname.
because
Vino,
aging like wine.
Because when wine ages, it gets better. Age like fine wine.
And when
Jeff
wine,
Green getting better with age.
when wine ages to a certain point in its 30s, it will dunk the soul out of you.
That's what wine does.
That's what wine will do.
Okay, now the topic everybody's been waiting for. Kel, can you first play the video of Jokic walking into the arena today? Because he walked into the arena today in maybe the best suit we've seen him
Straight
in.
up Bond villain.
Look at this thing with the gray turtleneck underneath.
That's pretty sick.
This is a baller suit.
The turtleneck feels something like,
Eastern Promises.
yeah, like Central Europe pulls that off better than we do. You know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
So Nikola Jokic walks into the arena with that. We were talking about it on the pregame show. We're talking about it during the wash along. All right, like he might be in for a big night walking into the arena with a suit like that. I mean, look at the buttons, the gold buttons on that thing,
Dude.
The pattern. Just,
I mean, in
awesome.
some senses, he looks like your aunt's couch from the
Sure.
70s.
Fair.
But in other senses, he looks like he'll fucking kill you.
That's right. I like that part.
And then, Cal, can we now go to that other tweet I sent you, and can you play that video with the sound, please?
Joker is shot again on Milovic. From one big guy to another, just want to say it's a joy watching you play. You're the epitome of what a great big man should look like. Scoring, passing, being very unselfish. I love your game, and I'm proud of you, brother. Keep it up.
Thank you, my friend. Means a lot, for real. Means a lot.
Well, we're going to finish up with this. We saw you coming in tonight. You were fly tonight, brother. Well, you look good tonight walking in there. You must got big plans after the game tonight.
No, to be honest, I started doing this season. I think it's one way to represent yourself. And I just don't like how the guys are dressing up for the games. I think wearing suit is it means business and means that I'm here to do my job, So I think that's what to represent.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
You and the Nuggets took care of business tonight. 13
Wow.
points,
Turning
13
a new leaf. Turning a new leaf.
I'm sorry. I think wearing a suit means business. It means that I'm here to do my job.
Hang on. What's the live line on MVP? What's the live?
Jesus Christ. Do you realize? Show the big version of
Live
us
odds,
again.
rather.
We are at work.
Yeah, can we get a close up of
But
everyone?
some of us mean business.
Can you get?
We're also dressed for business.
Yeah, I mean business right now.
Wynn and I
I'm
are
dressed
at
for
least-
the occasion. I
This is
mean
the
business.
company we work for.
Yeah.
We're We're all wearing our business sacks.
Yeah.
Hey, but really, the thing about it is, everybody talks about like the being a leader. That's leadership in a way different way. He's talking
No
about
doubt.
coming in here and having a whole different mindset where he called out some guys. I don't like the way that they dress after games.
It's such an old school approach, man.
I
It's
kinda
such
love
like
it.
your high school coach being like, we're going to wear suits and ties to
Oh,
school on a game day. But I fucking love it.
I love it, man.
I love it. I love it.
crazy.
It's
I love
it is so wild. Again, like this is the guy that wore the "I paused my game to be here" T-shirt.
Yes.
This is the guy
Yes.
that would routinely just wear sweatpants, had one pair of gym shoes.
He would wear the same sweatshirt, sweatpants combo on the plane and then wear it to the game on the road the next day. The same thing.
This man, we have watched him turn from horse boy to horseman.
It's also. I mean, I've done this as much as anyone, which is why I feel inclined to say it. The only criticism really left for Jokic, I mean, defense, sure, but it's. I think it's just this. How Bisman-like are you game to game, day to day?
Yep.
How willing are you to show up every day the way you did for those last 2 seasons, which was Herculean for the rest of your career because you're not good, you're not great, you're one of the greatest. This is the kind of turn we've talked about him making. So yeah, it's just a suit, but I fucking love it.
What are the odds that one game this season, maybe Friday against Portland, the entire team walks into the arena
Wearing
in
baby
suits?
blue, wearing all baby blue turtlenecks.
They should do
Just
it, man.
suits.
They
All
should do
suits.
it. It'd be
That
an
would
awesome
be
response.
awesome. We need to make that happen. We need to push that.
Yo,
on
we
players.
can absolutely make that happen.
Yeah. We need all the Nuggets wearing suits for a home game soon. We need that to happen. All right, let's wrap up this show with super chats. I know we got a lot.
I could do this all
Bro,
night.
like I
gonna
feel,
take a lot to
feel
get
weird
there.
inside. Like my body chemistry is all fucked up. Like I've been screaming, feeling great. I've been in the depths of despair.
Yeah.
We need to get off soon. I gotta crash.
All right, yeah. Well, let's get through these super chats here. KC Mac, it's a great night when the Nuggets win. It's even greater seeing the Suns blow a game to the Wizards.
Quick around the association.
I love that, KC Mac.
Yeah.
Wizards in one.
Dubs lose, Suns lose, Grizzlies lose.
Bradley Moss.
good.
Shout out to David Roddy. Was sad we didn't get him, but CB has been incredible and great to see him play well. in
Shout to
Memphis.
David Roddy.
Yeah.
DNVR
Shout out to
Bar.
David Roddy. We're
An
team David
absolute
Roddy.
Colorado State legend.
Yeah, we're
Fort
team David
Collins
Roddy.
legend.
Love that guy. Francois, if you can't handle the Nuggets at their Pistons loss, you don't deserve the Nuggets at their Grizzlies win.
Oh, man,
that's
a
a
good one.
great super chat.
Diehards
right
forever.
there. That's
Our
a
diehards are
diehard
here.
super chat.
Die hard.
There's a lot of new ones though.
Oh, the alien
Yeah.
was back in the bar tonight.
Back-to-back games with the
Bill's
alien.
eating
Back-to-back
ball, dude.
monster Jokic
Came
games.
to Earth just to see our bar.
Yeah, Morgan Jones. BB and KCP headband duo looking great.
Bruce boys. Booth
Playing Jokic ball as backcourt tonight. Love the hustle and defensive effort from Braun and Chanchar with the second unit.
Yep.
Amen. Just
that's
facts right there. Joseph, Christian Brown, Mr. Nugget.
Oh,
That's
boy.
going to be tough.
One
Yo,
This is
this-
super early though. He put in his bid.
I actually am coming to the realization we are never going to be able to crown a Mr. Nugget. We are.
Well,
this is going to be
that's-
this
can't
is going to be the
case. We
team of
have to.
Nuggets.
If,
I
if
know
we
who-
don't crown Mr. Nugget, they're never going to be able to win a championship.
I'll make
Like
my
that-
vote right here, right now. I'm ready.
Yeah, but you can't because everything changes all the time.
I know, Eric, but that's what we do. We get on live on the internet and we change our minds from 48 hours ago.
Oh my god.
Joseph, busy, has made some bones-headed plays as of late.
It's true. It's true. But
Yeah.
we still love Bones. We're still pro Bones. Pro Bonzo.
Lance Wilson, I miss Adam scoffing at all of our super
Yeah,
chats.
Well, I'll
right.
do that. $5. What
are you paying us
No,
money
I will
to-
not scoff at your super chats. Speak for yourself.
I'll be like, really? We were supposed to read that for a paltry $5?
I will not scoff at your super chats. I will take all your super
I love
chats.
hearing
I will
from you
take
guys. I love hearing from you guys.
everybody. I'm like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, don't listen to Adam. Your $2 super chat still matter to us.
Terrence, I feel like the Nuggets just need a trial by fire to get things in order. Luckily, it's coming. Hey, it is coming.
It's
the
on the
schedule is
way.
brutal, man.
It's a real take,
It's on the
man.
way.
Watch them play their best defense of the year in the toughest stretch of the
Yo,
year.
if they do that.
I'm telling you.
Jake, Jokic is some sort of mutant, unselfish big man with the powers of Bird, Sabonis, Duncan, and Divac. Pure class team player MVP.
Jake Flanagan. Oh, is that Jake Flanagan from CHGO?
Oh, is it?
I think that's our GM in CHGO.
Oh, what up, Jake?
Hell yeah.
What up,
Dude.
Jake?
Hell yeah, Flanagan.
Or it's not, and he's just like getting
Or
some
yeah, or
shine.
we've doxed somebody that's not.
I mean, guys, I'm pretty sure Jokic is going to win the MVP again. I'm just like pretty sure it's happening. Astray.
That's our boy.
Best defensive game after the defensive player of the game chain is broken.
Was the Deepak Jamin curse?
Is it a coincidence?
I mean, I theorize that Jokic may be purposely breaking the chain after last game.
God, this season's so dumb.
Was
Every
a metaphor
season's dumb.
and a symbol of the Nuggets' broken defense, and it had to be repaired for Denver's defense
That's
to
deep.
become
Dude,
whole
that's so
again.
deep.
You got to snap on
That's so deep. Just put her ass to sleep.
Make
Just
sure
the
you
theory
read-
that's been thrown out there. by
Read
me.
Harrison tomorrow.
Steve, awesome game to see in person. Feel
Nice
like I owe
flex.
more money for that performance, so here's $5
Bro.
to petition for more Zeke Brown minutes. I'm begging Malone. So are we, Zeke.
What if-
Or so are we, Steve.
What if we show up to the next home game and Harrison and I hand him a $5 bill and say,
This is from Steve.
Steve is begging you.
Yeah, Steve got
Begging.
your credentials revoked for $5.
What's Smada? Memphis Munder.
Oh, yeah.
Why was the Memphis cheering as loud as the Nuggets cheering in the bar though? I don't know.
We were up here. We can't.
We were,
It was a
yeah, we
weird
were
night in
online,
the
and we
bar.
would have choked somebody out.
Hold on,
We
he
didn't
was
know that.
here?
I guess so.
I guess.
If I'd known there were
Start
Grizzlies
saying
fans
what's
there.
up? Like, I would like to meet.
I still went up to a
What's
couple people down there tonight.
I met
Diehards
What's
in
Matter
the
the other
building.
day after a Broncos watch along.
What?
He
Don't
came
worry.
over and he said, "What's up?"
We'll poison the next group of Memphis fans.
Oh, we will murder
Big
them.
Honey, I think AG is Mr. Nugget now. I love Bones and he's all vibes, but the way AG has been playing his ass off this season.
Beautiful to see.
He shows so much heart through every win and loss. Give that man his flowers.
Give it to him.
Cosign. That's
Give
my
it to
Mr.
him.
Nugget. It's AG. I think it's
I
AG.
mean, he's
So
got,
foolish.
He's got a great case.
I can't tell you enough that you're foolish, but listen.
Listen.
You could plant your flag, but it's too early.
We're 30
that
games
early.
in.
It's always too
Not that
early.
early.
It's not too
Alejandro, I was fully expecting a 140-135 game.
Same.
Me too.
Yeah.
Pleasant surprise, Munder. I'm curious to see what the Nuggets defense looks like if they can build off this. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, man, if they come with back-to-back big-time defensive games and they lock down Portland on Friday, heading into Christmas Day,
Oh God. I'm not ready for the dude. This is like
James Jimmy, CB on ball is superb, but wait until you rewatch his team D rotations and hedging missing piece found. I'm telling you, man, James,
must.
we're on the same wavelength here. He's unbelievable as a team defender. Unbelievable. Joseph Dungan, great meeting y'all. Great game. Great
Oh.
Munder.
Good to meet you,
Amen,
Joseph.
Good to meet you,
man.
Joseph. Come
Amen.
through. Come through, people. You'll meet us. That sounds
TJ
fun,
Price, king of the pastries, I think.
Yes, sir. That's
Oh,
TJ,
bro.
hold on. TJ,
Holy
I got to personally
smokes.
thank you for that pumpkin chocolate bread. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, that one with the meat in it, that was
The croissant with the ham in
with
it.
the ham and
that
the
was
Gruyere.
so good.
Yeah, TJ dropped off like calling it a box of pastries is doing it a disservice because it was like
It was a crate of pastries.
yeah, it was just a bin of pastries.
King of the game, TJ Price that
Yeah.
night.
5 days ago, we had one of the most demoralizing losses in the Jokic era. Now we're in first place, and the vibes are better than ever. Trust
Welcome to
in Jokic.
NBA basketball.
I mean, trust in Jokic is kind of the thing you got to come back to every
it.
game.
That's it.
Austin Alexander, when will Shaq learn that the back-to-back, soon-to-be back-to-back-to-back MVP speaks Serbian, not Russian?
he doesn't know the difference.
I like how you brought this up, Austin, because this pisses me off every time it happens.
He
it
doesn't.
really does.
He literally doesn't.
He
know the
doesn't,
difference.
or he's doing it on purpose.
He is doing it on purpose.
It pisses
Yeah,
me
it's a
off,
bit now,
Shaq.
'cause
Do
it was-
better.
yeah.
Like, do better, man.
Although
Do
he did
better.
have a lot of love for Yo tonight. Also,
Yoke has a ton of respect for you.
Well,
Show
you
that
know,
same
it's like-
amount of
but you
respect.
You know he's
back.
doing it on purpose. He says Serbia like multiple
It
times.
is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it is much less cool when you realize that Russia invaded Ukraine recently. Not that cool. Shaq, knock it off.
Yeah, be better, Shaq. Josh Barnett, happy Gilmore voice. Nugs learned how to defend. Yes.
Oh, someone learned how to defend.
5 ish. Let's go. Another bad win down. Wait, a good win.
Yeah, you know.
Still need 31 bad wins to 50 bad wins in the Midwest.
Let's
One
go.
seed, baby.
He's got Joker versus, I think that's a
Silver Surfer.
Oh, yeah.
What's next? I
That's
don't even
what's
know.
up.
Plus
about it.
Brown Town.
Oh, Brown.
Plus defense equals 1 seed, baby.
What a super chat.
Dude, that was
Holy
literally a
smokes.
super chat.
That was an awesome chat. Oh,
Big
man.
name K.
Big name K. AG is a G. Sure.
He is,
I
dude.
agree.
He is a G.
Correct.
Mitch Z, forget the Dos Verdes lineup. Oh, God.
I
Bad
could not
memories.
forget that fast enough.
The Trace Blancos, Yoke Brown. blonde
We can't
lineup
go there.
is
Can't
here.
go there.
Also, this $5 is for every time Van Gundy said Jokic. Yeah, see, that was the best part about watching the watch along with us. You didn't have to listen to Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah. You could hear me pontificate on who.
You could see us just melting in.
Can you imagine
vibes.
Stan Van Gundy screaming the stroking uncle over and over and over throughout an entire game? Not once would he do that. He
Danny
doesn't
K.
have the stones.
Danny
Nothing you
K,
say on a watch
put
along
AG
counts.
in the All-Star game. Get the hype train going. Let's go. He's playing like an All-Star.
If anyone's going to do it, it's us in our community. So let's get behind
He should be an All-Star in my opinion.
No doubt.
Casey chimes in. Mr. Nugget is AG. Man, a lot of love for AG
Tonight,
from Mr.
dude,
Nugget.
he's been on a heater.
And
no
AG
question.
equals Little Richie from Full House.
That one's flying over my
Any
head.
Full House fans here?
Little,
you probably
okay,
are.
AG equals Little Richie from Full House.
D-Line's the only one on this show who might have watched
Full House. Little Richie from Full House. I don't even know who that is. I mean, Full House, you know, Danny Tanner, Uncle Jesse, Uncle Joey.
Stroking uncle.
Let's hope not. They lived in the same house with Michelle and DJ.
Not basketball.
But maybe, like, no.
Not basketball.
Yeah, the times.
All right.
The
What
times.
point were you going to make?
I don't even know, dude.
Nicholas Purdue, no Nuggets are mid.
None of them. There's one.
No, well, yeah.
Oh, was that Family Matters? I don't even.
Stamos?
That was Full House. Whatever, dude.
Okay. I can't read that name. Love the show. Jokic is a beast. Lakers suck. Hell yeah.
Thanks, brother. Or gal.
And Astray.
Assumptive.
Finally, the last one. Congrats, everyone. Best in the West. Now let's celebrate and buckle back down. Munder, Eric owes
No,
a Coke.
the fuck. That's the wrong. Eric is owed 3 Cokes.
Oh, man.
I'll not leave until I have my Coke. I'll have my vengeance and my Cokes.
Fellas, we did it.
We did it, guys. We
What
made it.
a night.
Dude, what a
The
night.
pregame lounge, the watch along, the winners lounge.
I'm gonna have to rest my throat.
This was an all-timer. I don't know how I still have a voice, but
Jesus Christ.
thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for an all-time night in the chat, an all-time night on the Super Chats. Best Nuggets win of the season.
Let's go, dude.
It's a big one.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, I need some time off.
Talk to you guys then.
Where do I put a request in?